Hello, I'm Jane Scherner from writewithjane.com. And today I'm talking to Jodie Davey about her wonderful new book, Leadership, Keeping It Simple. Hello, Jodie, and welcome.
Jane, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. And I'm really keen to delve in about the genesis of this book, because I understand always in your workshops you were being asked, do you have a book on this?
That's right.
And I'd just love to hear more about what you do in the workshops that motivate people to that extent.
Okay, absolutely. So, look, my journey in education started some 30 odd years ago when I was a teacher, and still am a teacher, but 5 years ago branched out into primarily working with other teachers and school leaders and providing professional learning opportunities for them through the way of workshops and consultancy work. And one of my workshops is called Leadership, Keeping It Simple. And it was really trying to take the complexities out of leadership. I know they're there, but looking at it through the simplistic lens, I guess, of self-mastery. What are the things that we as leaders have complete control over? Our ability to listen, our emotional intelligence development, our relationship development, things that we can literally go and act differently tomorrow and become a better leader for it. So that was one of my workshops, probably one of the most popular across the country, to be fair. And whilst the participants get a workbook that they work through during the day, teachers love books. And I've got books behind me and in front of me and next to me, and I'm a testament to that, absolutely. So continually I was asked, I'd love a book, sort of something that they can refer back to it and keep in their bag and take notes in and highlight bits and pieces and post-it note and all of those sorts of things. So I guess during COVID, we weren't traveling as much as we normally were, and I had a little bit of extra time, so decided to put it together. And it really is a simple playbook, if you like, of how to, I guess, master ourselves as leaders. One of the key things in the book I talk about is there's no perfect way to lead. And if you are a leader that's trying to please everybody else all of the time, it'll never work. So it's a real reflection on what kind of leader do I want to be? Who's a leader that I would follow? What is it that I admire about other leaders? And how can I morph that into my own leadership style? So that's where it was sort of, I guess, born over the last 4 or 5 years.
What I also love about the fact that you have come out with a book now, that then makes that material available to people who aren't lucky enough to get a workshop or consultancy time with you, and or others who maybe don't think they're ready for that yet. A book's a wonderful bridge it can build between the person who needs the help, and they get great value out of the book, but there's nothing quite like sitting down with a person and being able to nut out your big, awful problems that you may not want to talk to people about very much. But, because teaching, it's one of the most important, in my point of view. I have now a 21-year-old daughter, but you're taking your kids through school. You want the teachers to have all the support they need, because this is a complex world. It's not getting any simpler.
Teaching is complex. And what I say to all of the teachers that I meet, and I work with about 3,000 or 4,000 teachers every year across Australia, is that you don't have to be in a leadership position to be a leader. In fact, they're not one in the same. So every teacher that stands in front of their students every day is leading, because ultimately leadership is about the influence you have on other people. Now that's teaching, in a nutshell. So this book, even if you're not in a leadership role, and many people say to me, oh, I'm not in a leadership role, or I don't necessarily want to be in a leadership role, but I'd like to self-develop my leadership skills. This book is perfect, because it really talks about, as I mentioned, those self-mastery skills that we have complete control over. It will actually help you be a better practitioner in the classroom because of the impact and influence you're having over your students. So it's really designed, not just for aspiring leaders or people that are new to leadership, but even those that just want to generally work on and build their own capacity in terms of impact and influence on other people.
If you'd like to find out more about what Jodie does, you'll find her website at powerfulpartnerships.com.au. You've also got her phone number on the screen here and her email address. Now, if you've been thinking that you might want to write a book yourself, you can reach out to me at jane@writewithjane.com. And what I'll do is send you a link so that you can book yourself in for a complimentary strategy session with me. And you can ask me anything at all that you need to know about how to write, publish, or promote an authority-producing book.